This is Grandmaster Gambadella with the 8th thing you need to know to be a great MMA fighter, and that's how to control your mind and your emotions before and during the fight. If you want to be a great MMA fighter, you need to have complete control over your mind and your emotions before and during the fight. There are no exceptions to this rule. You will win a fight because you might win a fight when you become so excited you just went nuts and started punching and kicking and stuff, but you will not win a world title that way. You will not be a world champion without having control of your mind and your emotions. You have to follow a game plan. One of the big problems that most MMA beginning fighters have is controlling their mind and their emotions before and during the fight. They get too nervous, they get too excited, they don't train right, they can't sleep, they can't eat, they can't perform at their best due to their poor mental conditioning and control of their own emotions. It's that way in the MMA world, and it's that way in the real world too. You have to learn to be calm, to remain cool, calm, and collected, to do your best at all times. Look at Tiger Woods on the PGA Tour. He wins the most for two reasons. His mind and his emotions are always under control. He doesn't win the most because he's a better player, even though he is. He wins the most because he is smarter and in control more than the other players. He wins with his mind as much as he wins with his skills. The same thing applies to the MMA fighting world. You must learn to control your mind and to control your emotions. How do you learn to do this? I believe there are three ways: meditation, breathing, and practicing winning techniques. From the first day I began my martial arts training over 47 years ago, I have practiced these three things daily. There is not a day that goes by that I do not practice some form of meditation, breathing, and winning techniques. Please let me explain. By meditation, I mean sitting down and concentrating your mind to a specific thought or an idea or a technique or condition. I sit on the floor and I clear my mind and I only focus on a specific thought or technique. I visualize the technique or the fighting technique in my mind over and over again, and seeing myself doing the technique with precision and power. I also practice Oriental meditation, and I want you to understand, I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I follow Jesus Christ. I do not practice anything that would defame or demean my Christianity. But I do sit and meditate on numbers, words, and thoughts and relax. I follow my breath and try to completely clear my mind of any other thoughts. I teach my students to relax their mind with meditation at the end of classes, and I believe that any world-class MMA fighter needs to know some meditation and mind relaxation techniques. I have an excellent book on Oriental philosophy. Email me and I'll send you a copy of it. The second way to control your mind is by following breathing techniques. I use specific techniques when I fight, when I walk, when I jog, when I sit. I follow my breath. I control my breath. It is vital in a fight that you control your breathing. If your mind is to remain calm, your breath must remain calm. If you lose control of your breathing, you lose control of your muscles and you lose control of your mind. Your mind is controlled by your breath. It is singularly the most important aspect of you being alive right now. Food, water, and health are very important, but if you stop breathing for as little as 30 seconds, you can die. You can go for weeks without eating food, days without drinking water, but you will die in 1 minute if you don't get a fresh breath. When you deprive your mind of breath, fresh breath, you lose control of your mind, you lose control of your muscles, and you lose your fighting techniques, which means you will lose control of the fight. When a fighter is not properly conditioned and runs out of breath, becomes winded, loses control of his breath, they will lose control of the ring and they will lose the fight. Now, the third way to control your mind and your emotions is with proper training. If you practice right and you fight right. If you practice to win and you know techniques that will work in a fight, you can remain cool, calm, and collected and win 90% of your fights. If you practice stupid, if you do moves that look good but don't work in a real fight, you're going to lose your mental confidence, you'll lose your emotional control, and you'll lose the fight. In my series of articles on 10 things I learned from Horace Gracie, one of the things I talk about is that Master Gracie is calm and confident before and during and after the fight because he knows that the techniques he is going to use in the fight all work. He is confident and relaxed and assured in his fight because he has done these techniques in class thousands of times, and they work. He practices all three things to control his mind, his emotions, he meditates, his breathing, and he creates winning mental techniques. This is Grandmaster Gambadella. I'll see you next time.